I've got the bladder of a small child, and I piss on myself all day. Speaking of being pissed off, um, I'm going to continuously talk about this because it literally is pissing me off. I am really getting tired of this video game violent bullshit. That, no, and listen, I want to be fair about the subject. I want to be fair about the subject, and I will start out as a gamer. Is gaming the best thing you can do with your day? No, no, it's not. Can they become addicting? Absolutely. It's like anything else. They can be addicting. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, there's nothing. No, no. There's some negatives to gaming. There are. No, short bursts. No, they're not. Now, this whole thing with the president. Apparently, what happened was that the president met up with some sort of parent, family fucker, or something or other. I don't know, some organization, and a bunch of people in the gaming industry. So you basically got two sides. You got the side who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, and then the side of the people who produce the shit. Okay. Now, let me get into this for a second. I find it ironic that we live in a society, especially in this country, in America, where it's all about capitalism. Like, I can't have health care because somebody has to make a dime off whether I am worthy of having. Well, no, actually, people have to make a dime off whether I'm worthy of living or not. Okay, because we can't have government health care. The blind eyes of justice saying, "Okay, are you sick? Yes, here's money to help that." You know, yeah, we have money for turtle tunnels so that turtles can climb underneath the fucking roadways so they don't get run over, and they crawl in there and die. But okay, we got we got trillions of dollars to go to Pakistan every year for whatever fuck reason. I don't know. But yeah, we don't have money for health care for the American citizen, really? We spend money on stupid shit all the time, like, I don't know, paying our politicians. No, seriously, what kind of scumbag can sit there for 8 years, two freaking presidential terms, do absolutely nothing, and then have the balls to come out and say, well, we can't use other people's money to pay for your health care. Fuck you, Paul Ryan. Go suck a dick at life, you piece of shit. Seriously, how many of you ham and eggers who work 9 to 5 get to take a recess in August where you've worked 4 days for the month and then you get the rest of the month off? Who the fuck gets to do that? And not only that, but collect a paycheck of 174,000 base. That's not even Speaker Ryan money. That's like over 200,000. And then get gold health care plans and then sit there and say to you, well, you can't have health care, fuck you, because you're taking other people's money. These fuckers sit there and take people's money all the goddamn time. The fact that for 8 years, now you can forget the political bullshit, forget Obama, all this bullshit. 8 years the Republicans have done nothing under Obama. They did nothing. 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 They got paid to do nothing. They got health care for doing nothing. You're going to say to somebody who's poor, who probably is working in many cases, or down on their luck, and they're out of a job, or somebody who's disabled, or somebody who's elderly, you're going to say to them, you can't have health care because you're lazy? Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? Well, it's socialism. I don't want to get into that. I'm getting off topic here. But we have these politicians who are being paid by the NRA. No, not paid. They're being bought by the NRA. Because you have to understand, it is a sweet little racket that they have. The gun manufacturers sell the guns. They take some of that money, they dump it into the NRA, and the NRA buys politicians. Any other variant of political industry would say, oh, I don't know, that should be illegal. Illegal to funnel money from one thing to another to buy off a politician. That should be illegal, but no, it's the NRA. So hey, yeah, how about a gun for fucking people who are rapists and shit? The idea that these clowns refuse, fucking refuse to put any regulation on, oh, I don't know, are you a rapist? Should you have a gun if you go around and rape people and stick your dick into people and force them into having sex in the back alley because you want to forcefully rape somebody? But no, let's give them a gun so they can do that at gunpoint. Okay, let's not get into that. Oh, how about our buddy Trump? Oh yes, the big Christian leader who one of the first things he did was to, oh, I don't know, roll back an Obama program that said, yeah, if you're mentally ill, you don't get guns. But no, let's forget that and then sit there and say, well, this gun tragedy, he was mentally ill. Yeah, but who fucking undid that? Like, say, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You cannot tell me that if you're going to roll back a regulation that says if you were mentally ill, you don't get a gun, you can't then turn around and say, well, he was mentally ill. Well, whose fucking fault is that? You fucking clown! You orange-haired cocksucker! Whose fault is that? And of course, because the video game lobby doesn't buy politicians, guess whose fault it is? It's the gaming industry. Because, well, they're just violent video games, and kids are watching violence all the time. Yeah, turn on the goddamn news! Well, they're training themselves to be killers. I've used this example, I'll continue to use this example. I have played video games for over 30 years. I couldn't tell you how to reload a fucking real weapon to save my life. I couldn't tell you how to do it. I couldn't. Maybe give me half an hour, I could maybe try to figure it out. Okay, so if I'm training myself to be a mass murderer, it would help if I knew how to reload the fucking weapon. Because guess what? I go to Walmart and I pick up the fucking thing, and the guy loads it for me, and I walk out. Whatever bullets are in there, that's all I got. Ain't much of a mass shooting if I can't reload. Okay. Seriously. Are you kidding me with this shit? Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? Now again, am I going to sit there and say that it's ideal for children to be watching graphic stuff? Probably not. I'm not going to sit there and say it's the end all be all. Yeah, sure, just go ahead. No. But to say there's a direct link between, oh, he saw violent images and wanted to go out and recreate said violent images onto other people. No. There have been countless studies done. And this isn't just video game industry studies that are biased. These are people, who wanted to prove it, and they couldn't. They couldn't prove there's a direct link. Because I'm going to let you know a secret, especially you want to get biblical here, you want to talk about the Bible, you want to talk about Jesus, all that stuff. Violence in media, movies, video games, whatever, is a direct reflection of the human heart. It is not a cause of said thing. It's like, oh, you partake of this, so that means your heart is now hardened and you want to go kill people. No, your heart is already fucking hardened, especially if you believe in God and the whole nine, that we are already sinners. We have already sinned. We have already fallen short of the glory of God. We have already fucked up, basically. Because name me what video game was, oh, I don't know, Cain and Abel. What video game did Cain play when he killed his fucking brother Abel? Was he playing Grand Theft Auto? I think not, fool. I think not. So that was already in the human heart from day fuck one. Day fuck one was already there. So to sit there and say, well, he played a video game and he went and mass murdered his brother. No, he did not. Because here's an interesting fact. No other country has gun violence the way we do. That is a fact. That is a simple fact. Now, you can say what you will. And I'm not saying ban guns. I'm not saying that at all. I want to point out again, for the sake of this clip, my father was a hunter. There were guns in the house. They weren't for me. I didn't care. They did nothing for me. I wanted nothing to do with them. Well, you're just a liberal. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. I am not a liberal, first off. Fuck you. I am not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I don't even consider myself an independent either, because I don't like that, because it sounds very wishy-washy and bullshit. I stand for what I believe is to be the truth. And I don't think video game violence is the exact cause of why people get guns and go shoot each other. I mean, seriously, when you can just hold down a trigger and go and mass murder people, there's a fucking problem there. And I don't think that's what our founding forefathers had intended when they're sitting with their little gunpowder and musket shot and bullshit. I don't think pew, and they got to reload it. I don't think that's what they had in mind. Where you can just mow fucking people over. Okay. I mean, seriously, are you fucking kidding me with this shit? You're gonna straight face me with that fucking shit. And again, I don't want to take away people's guns. I don't want to take away people's guns. Unless you're fucking mentally ill. Unless you're fucking mentally ill with known cases. Okay, this last gun shooting, the kid was mentally fucking ill. But yet, who undid the law that said, or the whatever it was, regulation or whatever, that said if you're mentally ill, you don't get a gun? Who undid that? Oh, yeah, it was our buddy Trump. Who now, oh, by the way, got, what, $30 million from the NRA? And now wants to blame video games because, oh, the video games didn't give him a dime. So, yeah, it's got to be their fault. Talk about passing the fucking buck. Talk about shedding... Seriously, talk about passing the blame. Give me a freaking break. And I want to point out again, I am not saying sitting there watching that shit and playing that shit and engaging in that shit, violent video games or movies, is the best thing you can do with your time. I am not going to say that. But to sit there and say that, oh, because little Johnny watched the fucking Grand Theft Auto, he's a ticking time bomb and he's gonna go out and destroy the entire universe. Okay, that is just absurd. There are people, conservatives specifically, who would much rather their toddler play with a loaded gun than play Grand Theft Auto. Do you understand that? Do you grasp that? Do you understand where the sanity of some of these people... Okay. They would rather... I'll say it again. They would rather have their toddler play with a loaded fucking gun. A loaded fucking gun than play Grand Theft Auto, because that's gonna send little Johnny off the deep end. Yet, need I remind you, a few years ago was Gun Appreciation Day. I assume it's yearly. But a few years ago there was reports of at least 5 different people during Gun Appreciation Day. And these are people who are well versed in guns. They know their way around guns. They either shot themselves or shot other people 5 different times during that day. Do you understand the words that I'm hearing and that you're hearing and that you're grasping? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Gun Appreciation Day, or a bunch of people got together to celebrate the glory of guns and ammo and killing people. Okay, but yeah, we're pro-life culture. Fuck you. 5 people shot themselves or other people. You know, they shot themselves during Gun Appreciation Day. How the fuck do you... How do you shoot yourself during Gun Appreciation Day? And then have the nerve to sit and say, well, guns are dangerous. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People kill people. You hear the words? I can't even speak properly anymore because it's just, I'm so frustrated with the fucking stupidity of it all. The idea that these people are going to sit there in a fucking room and say that playing a violent video game is more dangerous than somebody playing with a loaded fucking gun, you're out of your goddamn fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. You're legitimately out of your mind. Do you hear me? Do you hear the words? Do they compute with your fucking idiotic brain cells? You cannot tell me any of that is the reality that I live in. I live in a world where people are going to tell me that a loaded gun is not dangerous. No, hear me. Hear me. I'll speak slow. A loaded pointed gun is not dangerous. But a video game is. And what boggles my mind on this whole situation is that you have millions of people worldwide who play video games yearly. They play every year. They buy Call of Duty every year. Okay? And there is zero direct link between playing Call of Duty and going and killing people. There's no direct link. None. Zero. 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 Now, does it contribute maybe to the overarching global destruction of the entire universe as I said earlier, a reflection of the heart? Yes. Is it a direct cause? No. No, it's not. There is a difference between reflecting what is there versus causing what is there. Video games is not the cause. It's not. If anything, it's a symptom of the problem. So, bullshit. So the idea that millions of people worldwide play video games, yet there's zero link between violent video games and actually causing real-world violence. Zero. I mean, you realize that people cause more violence after a sporting event than they do playing video games. You realize that. You realize that. There is a direct link between, oh gee, our team won, or our team lost, and we're just going to go celebrate and go fucking nuts and tip over police cars and set the town on fire. Then there is, oh gee, I played a video game and yeah, let's go create havoc in the universe. No. There is zero connection. I'm not just saying that because I'm in the video game industry. If there was a legitimate case where it's like, okay, that kid snapped. And he played Grand Theft Auto and he's like, oh, let me go try doing that in real life. Hey, if you got that, I will acknowledge that if you can produce a case like that. There is no case like that. None. Everybody who's gone and done crazy shit has done so because of some other reason. Their mother died, their father died, their kitten died, whatever. Their girlfriend left them. Their gay lover fucked them in whatever. Something. There's something. There's some other cause that put them over the edge. Now, could we make the argument that video games kind of put them to the edge and then something put them over? Okay, maybe. Maybe I could even give you that. I'll even give you that. Because your side has nothing. I will give you that. That's still not the direct cause. As I said, it's a reflection of the problem, not the problem itself. So we need to acknowledge that right off the frickin' bat. But as I've been trying to say, I keep getting sidetracked with stupid shit. Millions of people play video games, and they have been doing so for 30 plus years, even longer. Okay? Whether it's, well, shit, go back into the 60s and shit, when you're playing pinball and all that other bullshit. And it goes back way further than 30 years. But I'm just using the 30-year mark as, people have been playing for 30 plus years, okay? With zero direct link. Yet I can tell you right now there is a direct link between our president, who has mass murdered people directly, now whether they were deserving or otherwise, with bombings, airstrikes, drones. Our president has mass murdered more people than millions of people playing video games. And that is a fucking fact. You can't deny that. Our president has actually killed innocent civilians to get at ISIS members. They killed 2 ISIS members and took out like an entire building of people. You understand that? They killed civilians. Our president directly killed civilians. He gave the word. He allowed it to happen. He himself has killed more people than video game industry has. Ever. Ever. Do you hear the fucking words that I am speaking to you? This is truth beyond fucking recognition, and that's bullshit. So Trump wants to sit there and show 80-second clip of violent images. Why don't you look in the fucking mirror, asshole? Why don't you look in the fucking mirror every time you give your generals the okay to go fucking bomb somebody? You stupid piece of shit. And, hey, Obama did it too. But Obama wasn't out there, violent video games. So, guess what? I mean, yeah, Obama did it too. He droned people, he killed innocent people. Now, I don't necessarily think either one of them did it specifically, like, oh yeah, let's just go kill random fucking people just because we can. No. I'll even give Trump some credit there. I don't think he did. Nor do I think Bush, nor do I think any of these guys purposely went out and said, oh yeah, you know. But to sit there and say that our presidents have not mass murdered people, you realize, seriously, the last, 3, 4 presidents, let's go back to Clinton, even, Kosovo and all this other bullshit. They have single-handedly given the okay to mass murder fucking people. Again, some of them deserving, whatever. But you still are killing people. It doesn't matter. I mean, listen, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So, okay, yeah, they're mass murdering other people, so we're going to go mass murder them. Whatever. Whatever. You can justify it any way you want. The fact is, our presidents have killed more fucking people than the video game industry, at all, ever, for 30 plus fucking years. Do you grasp that shit? I ain't gonna sit there and say, it's the sole reason why we're all going to hell. No, it's not, you fucking imbecile. You orange-haired fuck. I'm sorry. Don't even get me started. This isn't a Republican and Democrat thing. Fuck all that. I'm tired of that bullshit. I'm tired of that wishy-washy bullshit. Well, I'm a Republican, so I have to be for the NRA. No, you don't. I'm a Democrat, so I have to be for this, that, and the other. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. Why don't you be for what is right? Why don't you be for what matters? Fuck your political bullshit. I'm sick and tired of people living in that idiocy. I'm getting tired of it. Well, I'm a Republican, so I have to toe the line. No, you don't have to toe the line. Why don't you keep your party accountable? Especially all you evangelicals who love the GOP because, oh, well, the liberals are demonic. They're demonic liberals and they're evil. So if they're evil, then, oh, the right has to be good and clean and wonderful before God. First off, the Bible does not say that. Fuck you, you're an idiot. Go back to read the damn thing and you'll understand you're a fucking moron. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, folks. All of us have. That includes your precious GOP. That includes your precious president. Of course, I find it ironic that, oh, Bill Clinton, he comes on a woman's, dress. Oh. Yet our fucking president currently banging porn stars while his wife is pregnant. I don't think Bill Clinton, well, maybe he was, I don't know. I don't think there was a story where he's banging somebody when Hillary was pregnant. I don't think he's banging porn stars at the time. I mean, it's good for the goose, good for the gander kind of thing. Oh, he's a son of a bitch for doing that. He had sex in the Oval Office with an intern. Oh my god. And our president's banging fucking porn stars while his wife is pregnant. And that's okay. That's his personal life. Yeah, it wasn't Clinton's personal life. Remember that? Remember when liberals were saying, "Oh, it's his personal life," and no, okay, granted, Clinton did lie under oath. Okay, that's the whole other story. But the fact we even got to that point, and now they've literally turned 180, and now it's like, oh well, yeah, he's banging porn stars. Oh well, just par for the course. Literally, is he on the golf course the 87th fucking time today? I mean, seriously, sit there and complain and piss and complain about Obama being on the golf fuck course or even Bush being on the golf course and then sit there. He's been there over 100 fucking days. He hasn't even been in office for what? Well, it's just been over a year. A year and what? A month? About a year and a month. He's been in there. He's been in the golf course more times than I don't even know. I don't even. And they sit there and bitch and complain that Obama's in the golf course. He's at the golf course. He's at the golf course. He shouldn't be at the golf course. If I was leading the presidency, I'd be there all the time doing stuff. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break, you fucking heathen hypocrite. You lukewarm piece of shit. Don't get me started with all this stuff. I don't want to get into all that stuff. But seriously, these people, I don't understand the logic. It's money. That's all it is. Because the gaming industry does not give politicians money. They are the scapegoat now. And I guarantee you, if they gave even a half of what the NRA gives them, we'd have to find some other reason why. Because money talks, bullshit walks. That's the way it's always been. But yeah, ironically, if you watch NRA TV, they've got some outlandish shit on there. They have got some outlandish shit. They have these programs where they're like, I don't know if they're hunting programs or wildlife programs, whatever the fuck they are. But they talk in such a way that, like, I wish I could give a really good example, but it's something to the effect of, like, people who aren't guns are naive, and there's a danger coming, and you have to be armed and prepared, and blah blah blah. They go into this deep shit because they're trying to sell guns, because the gun manufacturers dump money into them. They're trying to sell the guns, and that's what they do. So they're going into this thing, you've got to have a gun because, the alien armada might attack and blah, 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 blah. I mean, just crazy, crazy talk. Like infomercial type shit. And they have this one show on there where this one dude, I got nothing against the idea, but this one dude likes to take scenes from famous movies and he likes to reenact them and show, okay, they use this gun, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things was like, oh, well, I was running through like they were in the movie and the strap broke and I had to hold the gun a certain way. They literally, in that show, teach people how to commit bank robberies. No joke. It literally teaches them step by step, with the gun in question, how to commit a bank robbery, or how to commit mass murder, or how to commit certain things. Because they literally go step by step, frame by frame, and say, well, this is how it would have been done. But yet, the video games are the ones training people how to go kill other people. As I said earlier, I've been playing for 30 plus years. I don't know how to reload a gun. I don't know the proper stance to take if the gun's got a decent kickback. I'll fall on my ass. Okay, I don't know that. No, seriously, do you understand what kind of mass murderer I would be? I am out of shape, first off. I am rotund as fuck. I would be winded before I even got into the fucking school. I don't know how to reload the weapon. I don't know the proper, like, I would probably shoot the thing, the kickback, I'd probably blink and the thing would shoot up in the air. Yet, I'm being trained how to mass murder people. Yes, okay, sure, yep, yep. Yeah, that's logic. Okay. And I'm not the only one. I know, dude, you can't tell me, oh, I played Halo, so I know how to mass murder people now. Are you fucking kidding me? Or, gee, I played Call of Duty, so I know how to mass murder people. Are you fucking kidding me? I'll ask you again, are you fucking kidding me? No, okay, you want to say, oh, we're being desensitized to the violence. The fact is, as I said earlier, the violence is a reflection of the human heart. So if we're getting desensitized to it, and I will admit, okay, I will give you this, that yes, we are definitely getting desensitized to things, and we are going further and further down the collective rabbit hole. Okay, I will give you that, and video games do help in that. So I'm not saying that video games are completely innocent in the sense of propagating a problem, but they're not the problem. They're not. Okay? Because, yes, okay, so we keep watching all these violent video games, all these violent movies, and blah, 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 blah. And again, we get desensitized to it, so we go further and further and further down the hole. But you're going to tell me that sitting there playing a gun and going into the shooting gallery, the shooting range, is, not doing the exact same thing? At least with me, I don't know how to reload the gun. You got somebody with a real-life gun going to a real-life shooting range, they know how to reload the gun. These are the people who are going to go shoot other people. It isn't me. It isn't me. It isn't little Johnny sitting there playing Call of Duty. Okay. Talking about his mom making him chocolate milk. Okay, it's not him. He's not off doing it. It's the people who actually use the real fucking guns, who know how to work the real fucking guns, who go off and do this shit. Name me one person who had no prior understanding of guns who picked up a gun and went and shot a bunch of people. No, okay, yeah, a kid picks up a gun, bang, shoots himself or shoots his friend. Okay, yeah, that shit happens. But I'm talking mass murder where it was planned out. There's a huge difference between, okay, I'm playing a video game and I got angry and threw my controller. There is a far cry from that. Yes, does it invoke anger? Sure. You get frustrated, you throw the controller. It does invoke anger. But does it invoke anger to the point where I'm going to sit there and plot a mass fucking murder? Where I actually have to get out of my chair. I don't even want to get out of my chair to pee. Okay? Like, I want to have one of those little bags strapped to my leg and just piss down my leg. Okay? Like, I don't want to have to get up. So, for me to commit a mass murder as a gamer, I have to then get out of my chair, which is just a no-no in and of itself. Fuck you. I would then have to get into a vehicle, travel to Walmart, have the money, which I don't, by the way, and pick up a gun of any kind. It doesn't have to be an AR-15, doesn't have to be anything like that. Pick up any type of gun, pick up a bunch of bullets, which I don't have money for, and then say, gee, what school do I want to go shoot up, and, how are these people wronged me? Let me plan it out, and then come back a week later. There is a big fucking difference between throwing a controller in a moment of frustration and planning a mass murder. There's a huge fucking difference. And people need to get that. There's a big difference. Now, okay, sure, you have a moment of rage where you throw your controller and hit your fucking kid off the side of the head with it and he becomes retarded or something. Okay, maybe you could make that argument. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It was an accidental thing. Like, holy shit, I didn't see little Johnny there. I smacked him in the head with the fucking controller. Now he's a retard. Hey, that shit happens. I'm not going to sit there. You can't sit there, oh, video games are violent, so little Johnny's retarded now. You can't make the argument. You can't make the argument. Because you could drop something in the kitchen and throw something at little Johnny. Or just throw something and little Johnny just happened to be standing there. So to sit there and say one causes the other, again, you can't say that. No. I don't know. And again, I don't want to continuously have to defend video games because, as I said, I don't think video games are the greatest thing you could be doing with your time. And this is somebody who plays them on a daily basis. They're not the greatest thing you could be doing with your time. They're fun in short bursts. They're fun, they can be relaxing, believe it or not. And yes, I'll say playing an old school Call of Duty, not this new shit with the jetpacks and bullshit and kids camping and, you play like an old school Call of Duty game, like Black Ops 1. Yeah, you might get angry, you might even throw the controller, but you know what? It is relaxing because you're letting off that steam, you're letting off that frustration. You're getting it out. People who don't play video games are way more tense and they're way more, uppity as human beings. They just simply are because they don't have a way to release that. And people who aren't playing video games, you know what they're doing? They're playing with the real guns, going off killing other people. They're the fucking problems. People who play with the real fucking guns are the fucking problem. Me playing a video game, I have caused no harm to anyone. Other than maybe verbally abusing somebody online. Okay? None. I have caused no harm to anyone other than myself. None. Seriously, none. I played Grand Theft Auto. I played them all. I played every Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, at no time have I wanted to pick up a hooker and then kill her and steal her money. Or steal my money back from her. None. None. Now, have I done it in the game? Sure. Have I done it in real life? No, I have no desire to do that in real life. Why? 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 Because I can understand the difference between a non-real gun in a digitalated, pixelated world with a non-living being who has no soul. Now, granted, okay, I'm implementing a concept of, okay, that's a person that I don't know. Now, they're not actually real, but they represent a real person, and I have taken their life. Okay, so, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Fine. That I am a mass murderer of hookers. Fine. Fine. I'll concede that. But have I done it in real life? Now, I understand from a biblical point of view, it doesn't matter, because as you think in your heart, so are you. If man lusts after a woman, basically it's like he fucked her. So, which kind of sucks, because I'd much rather fuck her than actually think about it. But hey, whatever. I mean, if you're going to go, seriously, if you're going to, what's that old saying? If you're going to miss heaven by an inch, you might as well miss it by a mile. Okay. I mean, okay, fine. I'll even concede that, fine. Have I mass murdered people? See, again, I don't. It's kind of a tough call to actually say that, though, because have I actually physically taken a life? No. Have I engaged in the prospect of taking a life? Yes. Does that make me a murderer? I don't know. I mean, it would be like if I made a stick person and then just tore up the paper. Did I just kill somebody? Because in my heart, I thought, oh, gee, I'm going to end this person's life? It's a fucking stick figure. I mean, I don't know. No, yeah, if I'm sitting with my dick in my hand lusting after another woman or somebody that I know, then I am thinking about that particular human being who is real in inappropriate ways. Now, these NPCs in the video game, they're not real people. So if I'm lusting after a video game character, am I really lusting after a woman? I mean, it's a fine line, and I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I'm not going to make excuses for it. I'm not going to make excuses for it. If I have to stand before God and say, you're a mass murderer because you killed somebody in GTA, fine. Fine. Then I am. But that does not translate to real world problems. That does not translate to school shootings. That does not translate to bullshit. It doesn't. It's a implication of my heart. Maybe. Fine, I'll give you that. But it is, like I said, does not translate to actual physical destruction. Which, again, you could say the same thing. Well, you lusted after a woman. It doesn't equal actually having sex with her. But it doesn't matter in God's eyes. Okay, fine. But again, there's a difference between an actual woman that you're lusting after who has a soul, is an actual being, versus somebody who doesn't have a soul. Now, if I rip up a poster, am I murdering somebody? Because there's somebody, there's a human being, there's a representation of a human being on a poster. If I tear up said poster, did I just kill them? I mean, if we're going to take that logic, then, okay, you cut down a tree for firewood, you're a fucking murderer. You pick a flower, you're a murderer. Okay. So, where do we draw the line on that? Killing a fake NPC that does not exist and has no soul. No, at no time am I glorying in the fact that, oh, I want to make these people suffer. No. You're driving along and all of a sudden, I mean, seriously, this has happened to me. I was driving along in GTA once and all of a sudden, I don't know, it was a hiccup or I don't know. I don't know what it was. maybe it's ALS or something. I kind of did this jerk where I was like, and all of a sudden I hit the controller and my car just smacked into a bunch of people, and some old lady flew up over the hood, and I kind of laughed. Okay, now does that make me a bad person? I mean, it was just one of those random like, or like you're driving and all of a sudden the car just kind of goes off kilter, or there's some sort of some sort of glitch in the game kind of a deal where it's like something happened. Again, I don't know, because now if you're doing it in real life, yes, okay, there's a problem. But am I doing it specifically with intent to do it? Like, I had no intention of running those people over. Now, there are times when you just get in a car and you just kind of like smack into people and it's just like, oh, haha, and you just kind of move on. Well, there's no real thought or malice behind it. It's just, it is what it is. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses. I really am not. So, I'm just trying to work it out for myself. So, am I committing murder if I run a digital pixelated person over in a vehicle? Am I committing an actual murder? I don't know. I really genuinely do not know. It's a fine line. I don't know. Again, if a man thinks in his heart, but again, I'm not thinking about, gee, how do I mass murder these people with my dick in my hand? Okay, there's no, like, my soul and my being. Like, if you're lusting after a woman, you are intently looking at her tits in your mind, jerking it off. Okay, you're. It's like you're engaging in something that's out of body, like an out of body experience kind of a deal, where it's like you're going that nth degree, where it's like your imagination is one thing, and then you're physically doing something with that. No, my imagination is not like, oh, let me go mass murder these people. No. No. It's like if I spill my milk, did I just murder a cow? I mean, okay, so sure, I ran the car up on the curb and smacked into a bunch of people. But was I sitting there thinking, oh man, I just want to ruin these people's day. I just want to fucking rape these people, just run them the fuck over and take their lives and just take their existence away from them. Like, again, you're thinking after a woman, and you're thinking about her tits, I don't know. I cannot say that I've ever sat there. No, I'm trying to think. I mean, no, you know what? Actually, I'll admit I did once or twice. I will admit this. I did. I was walking. I was walking. I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and I was walking down, and somebody walked by and said something just randomly. There was some random banter, and somebody said something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, bitch!" And I turned around and I punched her right in the face, and started kicking her and stomping her, and a little pool of blood, and I took her money. Okay, I admit that. I will admit that. So I maybe in my heart wanted to kick her ass. Not that I want to kill her, no, but shit happens. You know, I don't know. But every single solitary time I've humped the curb and killed a bunch and run over a bunch of people, it was not like, oh my god, let me just completely ruin it. I don't know. I think, to me, like, the concept of, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he, that you have to think in your heart first. You have to desire a certain outcome. Okay, like, you know, somebody's got big titties, and I'm thinking about them big titties. Okay, I'm desiring in my heart to jerk off to those big titties. Playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm not desiring in my heart to mass murder these people, except for like that one time where somebody just said something. It was like she walked by and she said something like your clothes look bad or something, or you smell funny, or it was some random little banter as somebody walked by, and I was like, oh yeah, and I turned around and popped her right in the back of the head. It was kind of funny. Everybody took off running, like, "Oh my god!" It's funny. It was humorous in that setting. Now, okay, am I saying I'm glorifying in violence? I don't know. I really don't know. Now, when I do it in real life, I might turn around and say, "Fuck you, bitch," but I'm not gonna sit there and pop the bitch. I'm not gonna punch her in the face. You know, I'm not gonna do it in real life. But again, as man thinks in his heart, so is he. Okay. I could maybe show you like one time where it happened. But again, there was no real recourse because guess what? 2 minutes later, she respawned and was walking down the path again. So it's hard to say. I don't know. I really don't honestly know. Because if you kill somebody, like if I'm playing like Call of Duty, I'm not actually killing anybody. Like there's another person in another chair from across the country, and I stopped his forward momentum. That's what I did. I took out his avatar. I quote unquote killed his avatar, which isn't a real person, and I stopped his forward momentum. So, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Yes. Am I trying to hinder that person's progress? Yes. So, if you want to say there's a negativity there, fine. Like I said, I'm not saying that they're the greatest things you could be doing with your time. I said that from the beginning of this clip. 46 minutes ago, I said that. But there is a difference between hindering somebody's progress and taking their life, and having a desire to take their life. And not only just one person's life, we're talking multiple people's lives. 16, 17, 18 people. Okay, there's a far cry from any of that stuff. So again, is there... But it's like anything else, though. Because if you're going to tell me that video games are the sole cause of the unraveling of the universe, then so what? Then guess what? So is paintball. So anybody who does paintball, anybody who does any type of competitive sport, if I could say it fucking right, you play tennis. Our president plays golf. He cheats at it. He plays golf. He is co-equal in the same thing. He is trying to outdo someone else. So everything we do in that regard is evil. Sports are evil. Football is evil. Because you are trying to beat the other team. You are trying to better yourself from that point of view. So if we're going to say that video games is evil because I'm trying to stop someone's forward progress, because let's be honest, when Christ came, he was talking about, stop worrying about the here and now, stop worrying about yourself, stop looking at things from a here and now point of view and look to the future, look toward the kingdom come, look toward something that's of greater value than just what you see in front of your face. Man should not eat by bread alone, but by every word of the word of God. I know there's value in things that you can't grasp. So if my sole purpose is to end their streak and to gain a streak myself, then I'm trying to use them as a stepping stone, then we are all guilty of that. It has nothing to do with just video games. Again, the president golfs, it's the same thing. You play tennis, you're trying to win. The Olympics, you're trying to win. All of that stuff is evil in and of itself. So if you're going to tell me that video games are evil, I'm going to tell you the Olympics are evil. Which they probably are at some level anyway, but that's neither here nor there. Because, again, you are literally trying to cause your brother to fall and cause your brother to stumble. You are not saying, oh, I hope you win. You don't care if they win. You want to win. Nobody who gets a silver says, oh, I'm really happy for you. No, they're not. They're not happy for you. They're not. They're jealous of you. That shit breeds jealousy. That shit breeds anger. That shit breeds these things. It's a reflection of the current state of humanity. So again, if you're going to say video games does that, yeah, I'll grant you that. but so does every single thing else. Okay, you go to the refrigerator and you take the last soda, you're not thinking of your kids, you're not thinking of your wife, or whatever, man, it's soda, but whatever. You take the last, fruit pop or whatever the fuck, you're taking it for you. You're not taking it for them. You're not thinking of other people. You're not thinking of, anybody other than yourself. So if we're gonna say, again, if we're gonna say video games does that, then we all do it. Whether we play games or not on a collective, we all do that shit. It's about us here now. So we're all evil. So, hey, guess what? Guess what? You take it for what it's worth. You take it for what it's worth, and then you move the fuck on. And you try to be a better person, I guess. That's what their president says. He doesn't need to bring God into it. He tries to do better next time. Well, if that's a new Christian narrative, well, then I guess that's what we're supposed to do. The hell with what Jesus said, because he's old news. So let's listen to what Trump has to say. Hey, whatever. Whatever. He's a new evangelical leader, apparently. So, hey, good luck with that, guys. You lukewarm piece of shit. You Pharisee piece of shit. You Franklin Graham piece of shit. Worldly son of a bitch. Let's not even get into that stuff. I don't even want to get into that right now. So, I guess in the moral of the story is we're all guilty of something. We're probably all going to die from something. Oh, the quote old Jocelyn Elders, we're all going to die from something. Probably all die from something. This is that woman, dude. I'll die from something. Because I don't think she ever enunciated a single word. It was just more like, that was the way she spoke. We're all probably going to die from something. Whatever, man. But yeah, let's blame the real problem. The real problem's video games. Yeah, and if you did away with violent video games, first off, and this isn't an excuse. This is just the truth. It is intended for mature audiences, and kids are not supposed to play. So let's be honest. Most of the people who play Call of Duty are little kids. Now, I want to know, how does a 12-year-old kid get $60? How does a 12-year-old kid get a trip to the store to purchase said game? So right there, the parents are already to blame, not once but twice. Now, hey, little kid's got a job, he's got a paper route, and he's been saving up $60. I don't care if he plays Call of Duty. As long as the parents are okay with it, the kid saved up his money, it's what he wants to do, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, I really don't. But again, we're going to sit there and say, oh, it's the violent video games, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. How did your kid get $60 fucking, you idiot? How did your kid get a trip to the fucking store, you idiot? You're gonna make it fucking harder for me? Dude, I'm 40 fucking years old. And I've been carded picking up Call of Duty. Do I look 12? Yeah, you're gonna make it harder for me to get the fucking thing. Yeah, sit there and piss and complain because people are not good parents who give their kids $60 and say, hey, Johnny, go run around fucking Walmart, pick up whatever you want. Oh, little Johnny's going to pick up a game. Oh, that's nice. And then sit there and piss and complain. Like, there was that one story that the old grandmother picked up Grand Theft Auto for her kid and then got pissed off that it was Grand Theft Auto. Darling, it's called Grand Theft fucking Auto. How do you not grasp that? What do you think was going to be in the game called Grand Theft Auto? You know? Yeah. People need to, I don't know, people need to get the brain cells working again, because you can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and buy a game called Grand Theft Auto, which you yourself went into the store, looked at, purchased, saw the title, and didn't just say GTA. It actually says Grand Theft Auto. And you read, oh, Grand Theft Auto, that's the one my grandson wanted. That's the one my grandson wanted. It's called Grand Theft Auto. Unless you don't know what the term Grand Theft Auto means, which if that's the case, you shouldn't be buying anything. You should be in a home somewhere. And then sit there and piss and complain, well, I bought this game for my grandkid and I didn't know what it was. It's called Grand Theft Auto, you fucking nit. How do you fucking not know? You know, I mean, seriously, it's not like Yoshi's Sunday Surprise and he comes out with a chainsaw and sodomizes Mario in the fucking asshole with it. Okay, now that I could see being a little uppity. I could see people being a little upset with that. A game called Mario Sunshine, or Yoshi's Sunday Surprise, excuse me, that has sodomy with a chainsaw in it. I can understand that. That's a little disheartening to have your kids see that. I can understand that. It's not like they're trying to go out of their way to mimic or hide this stuff. Like, oh, it's little kittens on the cover and there's sodomy everywhere inside the game. No, they're not trying to hide this shit. There's a rating. It says M for mature. There's, well, any number of online sources that could tell you about it, assuming you did any research at all, other than just being an idiot. You know, I mean, seriously, do you think a 12-year-old kid should be playing an M-rated game? You know, depend. No, there are different variants of M-rated games. Like Halo is not really a mature game. It's not. It's usually rated M for mature, although I think it's gone down to teen now, but whatever. But like a game like Halo is not horrible for kids. I don't think it's horrible. No, okay, yes, Grand Theft Auto, you can do some outlandish shit. Which is what makes the game cool, because you can do those things. But the question is, why do you want to? Now, yeah, okay, you put in the cheat code and you get the rocket launcher and you shoot a bunch of people up and just, you know, you try to get the cops to come and get you, and then, you know, they come up with their Humvees and you blow them up. Okay, that's kind of fun just to poke around, but you're not sitting there. Whatever. You certainly wouldn't do it in real life. First off, you wouldn't be able to do it in real life because you wouldn't be able to get a rocket launcher. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. But anyways, I don't know. I shouldn't have to talk about this. I really don't want to talk about this anymore. The idea that you have these people who like have this idea that they're correct, and they're completely not correct. It bothers me. It does. It bothers me. Now, as I stated, yeah, are video games the greatest thing you can be doing with your time? No, they're not. They're not the greatest thing you could be doing with your time. Okay? But are they the end-all, be-all of why the universe is going to unravel? Absolutely not. And like I said earlier, if the gaming industry and the movie industry were paying politicians off like the NRA does, you would not be seeing them at all. They wouldn't even be, well, you know, it's just people can do what they want and blah blah blah. You know, they would just pass it off, blah blah blah. And it would be something else. There would be something else to blame. You can't blame the actual problem that people get their hands on fucking loaded guns and they snap and they want to go kill a bunch of people. Because, you know, that would just be too complex. You know, that's just too, you know, can't blame the gun because the gun is innocent. Of course, the gun's sole purpose is to take life. And if people make the argument, well, if they didn't have guns, they'd use vehicles. How the hell do you expect to get your Ford pickup truck through the doors of the school to mass murder 17 kids, you fucking retard? How do you expect to do that? I don't know. How do you get your car into a building? I don't know. And oh well, they could have a knife. Again, have you tried stabbing somebody anytime lately soon? After about the 15th plunging of said knife into someone's chest, you're going to get tired. You're eventually going to give up. And while you're attacking one corpse, and go to move on to the other, the people who are watching that and who are nearby have a chance to run. Okay, they have a chance to run away. Now, if you got a fucking gun that can spray a gazillion bullets a second, they can't run. Okay, so to sit there and say and use that as an argument is just straight up fucking retarded. It's just straight fire retarded. Stop making excuses for your bullshit. I can listen, I can be honest about the gaming industry in the sense of, like I said, is it the best thing you can do? No. Yeah, you'll never hear that from the NRA. You'll never hear that from gun owners. Are guns the best thing you can have? They'll never say no. Is there negatives to having guns? They'll never say no. No, yeah, granted, are there negatives to playing games? Yeah, you play long enough, they are addicting. You can sit there, you can get blood clots in your legs. They can be dangerous in that sense, dangerous to you, not dangerous to you going nuts and killing other people. It's like anything else. I could, I could sit there on Netflix and binge watch Breaking Bad and get up and have a blood clot. You're gonna blame Netflix for that? No, it's a bad choice on my part. You know, they say the same thing. Well, you're gonna blame the gun? Yes, because the gun's sole purpose was to take a life. Netflix's sole purpose was not to take a life. It was to offer service. Vehicles' sole purpose is not to take a life. It's for transportation. Steak knives are to cut meat, not to kill people. There's a difference. There is a big difference there. Now, yeah, any of that stuff can be used as a weapon of destruction to another human being. Yes, absolutely. But was that the sole purpose for them to exist? No. What's the sole purpose of a gun? Excuse me. What's the sole purpose of the gun? To take life. To invoke fear and take life. There's no in between there. Well, it's to create peace. It's a peacemaker. By doing what? Invoking fear and taking life. That's the whole purpose. Again, name me one thing you can do with a gun other than kill people. Is it a paperweight? Is it, a new decoration in the house? What else are you doing with a gun? Other than killing people, what do you do with a gun? Now, other than humping the curb and killing a bunch of people with a car, what can you do with a car? I don't know, you can transport stuff. You can get from one place to another. Take a kid to school. What can you do with a knife? You can open up a box with it. You can cut your meat with it. You can... whatever. There's other stuff you can do with it. What do you do with a gun? What's the other thing you can do with a gun? Name me one thing you can do with a gun other than mass murder. Or any type of murder. What can you do with it? What? Act like a big shot? Act like John fucking Wayne? Act like a tough guy? Act like an American tough guy? Really? Really? You're that insecure with your testosterone that you have to act like John fucking Wayne? That's where we've come? That's where we've come as a people? Seriously, I'm trying to legitimately think. What else can you do with a gun? Okay, you can collect it. You can collect dog shit, too. That doesn't mean anything. What other purpose does the gun have? The gun has no other fucking purpose. None. It has no other purpose. Its sole purpose for being is to take life. If you want safety, how about a taser? Why can't you have tasers? They're non-lethal, usually. Now, if I got shot with one, my heart would probably explode, but that's neither here nor there. They're usually non-lethal. Why can't we have guns that are non-lethal? Why does it have to be death? Instant death. No, seriously, let's ask the question. Why does it have to be instant death? I don't know. I really don't get it. I do not understand it. It does not have to be instant death. What if we had non-lethal bullets? Enough bullets to stop someone from doing what they're doing. Now, I would argue, what if we came up with bullets that actually, I don't know, were like mini tasers. Once you shoot them, they embed into the skin, so that the only way to get them out is to literally rip them out, which means you're going to need to seek, medical help to remove these fucking things. They're used as a taser, and they send off a signal to local police that shots have been fired. And the cops come. Why is that a bad idea? Why does the bullets have to be instant kill? Again, if you're an NRA member, why does it have to be instant kill? Well, they're coming in and trying to rape my family. Okay, fine. But you're telling me you can't have protection that doesn't kill? I mean, we've gotten to that point, especially born-again Christians who, want to stand up for life. Oh, we, can't have abortion because we want to stand up for life, but then we're going to, when that fetus grows up to 16 and he tries to, he makes a stupid decision as a kid and tries to break into my house, we're just going to end his life and send him to hell. Oh, okay. What difference does it make? What difference does it make if you aborted him or you shoot him when he's 16 because he made a stupid choice? I don't understand that. How about a non-lethal fucking bullet? Make him stop from doing what he's doing, and maybe give him another chance to get right with Jesus. How about that? Instead of sending him directly to fucking hell, maybe you could do your part and get him to, I don't know, acknowledge Jesus or something. Again, if you're a born-again Christian. Why is that such a bad thing? Why is that wrong? I don't understand that. Because as Christians, we should want that individual person who is currently doing wrong to have even one more second on earth to try to grasp Jesus Christ so he doesn't go to hell for eternity. Again, that's our viewpoint, and we should adhere to that viewpoint. Instead of, well, I gotta save my family, I gotta save my stuff, I gotta save my earthly goods. No. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. If you're a born-again Christian, that's not how it works. Because it's not about here and now, motherfucker. You look at anything Jesus said, it was not about the here and now. He said that men need to be born again. And the disciples were like, well, how do you get born again? How do you go back into the womb? And he's like, no, idiots, we're not talking about going back into the womb. We're talking about, getting born again of the, getting renewed. Whatever. He wasn't talking about a physical thing. He was talking about a spiritual thing. So if we're talking spiritual stuff, we shouldn't worry about our freaking earthly goods. We should be worrying about their soul, even if they are trying to hurt us. Even Jesus said, forgive them for they know not what they do. He was on the cross praying for them, even though they had hung him up on a fucking cross. Now this kid coming into your house trying to steal your shit, has he hung you on a cross yet? No. You should be praying for him. You should be trying to get him to acknowledge Jesus instead of shooting him dead and sending him directly to hell. So give me a break. I know that's not a popular thing to say because, yeah, you know what? I cross the street, I look both ways too. So guess what? I'm just as guilty. But I mean, if we're going to take this in the nth degree, video games, how about you do your Christian duty and stop trying to mass murder fucking people instead of killing people who are trying to break into your house because he's a 16-year-old kid making a stupid fucking decision? How about you stop him from that moment and then saying, hey, guess what? I could have taken your life, but I didn't. Now get right with Jesus, you stupid son of a bitch, and send him on his way. Yeah, he'll probably go to juvenile detention. Why not visit him in juvie and teach him about Jesus or some shit? How about doing your duty as a Christian instead of doing your duty as a fucking asshole? God for freaking bed. God for freaking bed, But no, we gotta insta-kill these kids. We gotta insta-kill them. Whatever, man. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do to justify your bullshit. Like, I am not trying to justify gaming in any way, shape, manner, or form. I am telling you the legitimate facts. And like I said, this whole clip was not me trying to justify it. I was legitimately trying to find potential. I mean, yeah, there are some negatives to gaming. I've laid them out. But again, is it the end all be all? No. But yet, you think somebody in the NRA is going to do the same with guns? You know, are there negatives to having guns? Yeah, you take a human life. Well, that human life is a piece of trash because you tried to break into my house. Yeah, okay, fine. If you're non-religious, but if you're a born-again Christian and that's what you believe, then you're fucking wrong. You should want to lay down your life for that individual to have one more second on earth to try to get right with Jesus. That should be your goal. And I know that's a horrible thing to say. I know that's hard. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I'm going to lay down my life so that idiot can, get right with Jesus. But you're willing to take their life over something stupid? Over something trial by fire? I mean, seriously, how much of your shit in your house is going to... If it was literally a trial by fire and your house caught on fire, what would be left? Maybe your kids, your wife, your animals, and good tidings for everybody around. That's about all that's going to survive. All your earthly goods, your chairs, your beds, your curtains, everything. It's earthly. It's going to turn to rust. It's going to turn. The moth is going to eat it. The whole concept. So what is left? What is left? The human soul of your family and your pets. That's about it. That's about it. Everything else is going to burn away. So if that is how we are supposed to view the universe, then how is it you can sit there and say, oh, I'm going to shoot this kid because he made a stupid decision. I'm just going to shoot him dead. Why is non-lethal weaponry or bullets a bad thing? I don't get that. You still got your guns. You still got your safety. You still have... and even if you want to go tyrannical government, do you really have to kill them? What if you could, incapacitate them for, a certain amount of time? What if? What if that was an idea? Why is that a bad idea? I don't get that. It's like, oh, well, I don't understand the logic there. I really, truly don't. I really, truly don't, because the whole purpose of owning a gun is to take a life. You don't care about your personal safety. You want the ability to take a fucking life. You want to stand your ground, which is bullshit. You want to take a fucking life, no matter what the circumstance. Because, again, if it was about safety, then you'd be like, hey, non-lethal weapons. You don't need to kill people because somebody made a stupid choice in the moment. We don't have to take their life. Yeah, they'll probably spend the rest of their life in prison. But, hey, guess what? We don't have to actually physically take their life and send them to hell. I don't get that. Why is that an issue for some people? But yet, video games are the ones that are mass murdering people. Again, I haven't mass murdered a fucking thing. The only thing I've mass murdered is some donuts. That's about the only thing I've mass murdered in my life. Donuts and a large pizza. About the only thing that I've mass murdered. Because of gaming. That's it. I haven't taken a single life. I really haven't even had a desire to take a life. But yet, somebody breaks in your house, your sole thought is, oh, let me end their life. But yeah, then you want to sit there and say you're pro-life because we got to save the fetus. Well, what if you just shot the fetus? No, seriously. What if, instead of having abortions with coat hangers, what if you just put a gun up in the fucking womb and shot the bitch? Just shot the fucking fetus. Would that be okay? Would that be okay? Oh, it's barbaric. They go in there with knives. They go in there with, scissors, and they cut off the baby's arm. And they cut off the baby's, whatever. What if you just went in there with a gun and shot the fucker? What's the difference between shooting a fetus versus shooting a 16-year-old kid making a stupid mistake? Well, the fetus has no voice and the fetus blah blah blah. Fetus don't know what day of the week it is. And again, I'm not making excuses. I'm against abortion. I don't like abortion. I don't like the fact we need abortion, which again is a direct result of the human heart. It is. It's a reflection of the human heart. And the fact that we feel we even need to have it. And I wish we lived in a perfect world where abortions weren't a thing, where we didn't need them, or didn't want them, or whatever. I wish they weren't a thing. Like for example, alien armada invasions are not a thing. Okay? But yet abortions are. I wish we lived in a world where alien armada didn't exist, and it doesn't. At least that we know of. You know what I mean? Again, I wish we lived in a perfect world where it wasn't necessary. I do. I wish we lived in that world. So, that's all I'm going to say on that. But again, what if we just shot the fetus? The NRA would love it. Christian conservatives would love it. Old Pastor Phil over there, whatever the fuck his name is, the little bearded cocksucker, what's his name? The, whatever those fucking guys are, those hillbilly fucking idiots. Those guys would love it. Franklin Graham would love it. Franklin Graham would shove a fucking pistol up vaginas everywhere he could and shoot fetuses. He would. He'd absolutely do it. Don't tell me he wouldn't. If Trump greenlit that shit, he'd be going to hospitals every day. Hey, you want to abort your baby? Pew! He'd shoot that shit so quick. He'd do it himself. Give me a break. But yeah, again, you don't want to shoot the fetus. You're all upset. Seriously, you're all upset that they take coat hangers and they cut off limbs and stuff, which is barbaric. But yet, let that fetus grow up to be a 16-year-old kid and you're going to shoot him because he did something stupid? He made one wrong choice in his life and you're going to end his life and send him to hell. I mean, at least from wishy-washy Christianity, at least the fetus is going to go to heaven and be with Jesus. Oh, whatever the fuck that entails. You know? I mean, at least the fetus will go to heaven, potentially. 16-year-old kid's going to hell. Fetus is going to heaven. So which is worse? You know? You took the life, sent somebody to hell. They took a life, sent it to heaven. Again, potentially, assuming, God is all cutesy and like, oh, it's okay. The fetus, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, but yeah, I'm going to save the fetus just because. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's shit to think about. This is shit to think about. I mean, I have laid out why video games are not the end-all be-all of the destruction of the universe, yet you can't give me an example of what the gun is used for other than mass murder. Or, I should say regular murder. Any murder. Any death. Whether even an animal, even hunting. It invokes death. Its sole purpose is to take a life. Animal or otherwise. Video games, they're stress relievers. Believe it or not, they're actually very social. Even if you're online just communicating with some people that you've met. They create friends. They create communities. They create things that are positive. What do guns create? Nothing. Other than death. Death in closed caskets in many cases. When you get guns that can turn kids into Hamburg to the point they need a closed casket, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a societal problem. Okay. You want to talk about reflection of the heart? That's a problem. So, I don't know what to tell you. But you're going to sit there and show an 80-second clip of violent imagery, yet then greenlight your freaking generals to go mass murder civilians just to get one or two ISIS members. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, uh-huh. And you're going to sit there and propagate the NRA bullshit, whose, again, sole purpose is to mass fucking murder and buy off politicians. Who is more at fucking fault? Who is more evil? Who is more wrong? I don't understand that. You cannot tell me as a fact that any of that makes sense. And I'm not trying to trash the NRA. I'm really not. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Fuck the NRA. I'm not trashing gun owners. There's a difference. The NRA is bullshit. Gun owners, I'm not against at all. I'm not against gun owners. I'm not against hunting. I'm not against any of this stuff. You feel you got to have it, more power to you. But answer me the question. What are they used for? They're used for death. That's it. What do they create? Again, what do guns create? They create chaos and havoc. Oh, they create peace. No, they don't. No, they do not. If anything, they create a battlefield of piss and blood and death. Whatever, man. But hey, you know what? Stick to your guns, literally. You know, and try to blame everything else. Try to blame everything else. I'm not trying to blame anything else. I don't want to blame the gun, but you can't deny that they're dangerous. I mean, there's more warning labels on toothpaste than there are on guns. You can smoke a pack of cigarettes and not get cancer, yet there's 100 million warning signs. They've raised taxes on that shit to the point it's like $15 a pack now, or $8 a pack in some other places. Like New York State, I think it's like $15. I mean, packs of cigarettes are insane. But yeah, guns, buy as many as you want. Guns kill instantly. Tobacco kills over time. You know? So does chocolate cake, but you don't see warnings on that. You know? Now, obviously, there's a slight difference, but you get my point. We're going to sit there and basically ban cigarettes. You can't smoke in public places anymore, which is good because I don't want to be in a place where people are puffing away at that shit. You know? And yeah, there's no, and not even talking restriction. I'm not even talking restriction here. I'm talking just base warnings. There's no base warnings like, oh yeah, this could be dangerous to your health. This could result in death, murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill with the seashells. Okay, if you get that movie reference. Well, Demolition Man. Whatever. I don't understand. Yeah, we got warnings on video games. We got a rating system on video games. Yet there's no rating system on guns. There's no warning on guns. There's nothing on guns. It's just, you breathe, have a gun. Like Republicans literally want to piss and complain about illegal aliens coming into this country, but yet have no problem with them getting guns. Oh, okay, sure, that makes sense. Can't give them a fucking green card, but you can give them a fucking gun? What? I swear to Christ. I mean, seriously. Christian conservatives want to give rapists guns. People who are mentally ill, they want to give them guns. They want to give child molesters guns. They want to give people who were once in prison guns. You can't vote, but you can get a gun after you come out of prison. Are you... What? No, not in all cases, but you get my point. They literally want to give guns to everybody. Like I'm surprised they haven't started the fetus to gun program. You got a fetus, give him a gun. They literally shove it right up in there and put it in his little hand. Even okay. Fetus to guns program. I'm dead shocked that's not a thing. Or, name a gun after your fetus or something. Or whatever. I mean, I'm surprised there aren't programs like that. Which, I'm sorry, Republicans don't want to try to pay for that with taxpayer money. You can't have health care, but you can have guns to fetus program paid for by U.S. tax dollars with other people's money, quote unquote. Fuck you, Paul Ryan. You Aaron Rand piece of shit. You're going to hell quicker than anybody else, so fuck you. I have no sympathy for your shit. None. You're a backwater atheist fuck. You're a piece of trash, and God hates you. Fuck you. No, actually, I hate you. God probably does love you and your bullshit. Just like he loves me and my bullshit. So, hey, guess what? I'm wrong for saying that, but you're a piece of shit, and you piss me off. Asshole. But, I mean, seriously. Anyways, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I wasted an hour and a half of my freaking life making yet another clip of this topic. And, of course, you're not going to... You could lay out facts, and people are not going to grasp it. People set themselves, they've dug themselves in. Oh, video games are the end of the universe, and guns are great. Guns are innocent. You're not going to teach them a damn thing. They're not going to learn anything. They're not going to try to see it from a different point of view. I mean, listen, I'm willing to look at it from a different point of view. If you can show me a study that says, yeah, video games cause violence, I'll look at it. I'll look at it objectively. There aren't any. There are not. Now, does it cause anger? Sure. Video games cause anger? I'll give you that. I've thrown a controller. People can throw controllers. It does cause anger. But it doesn't relate to that anger saying, oh, I'm now going to get out of my chair, go to Walmart, get some guns, and actually have money for it, and then go plan a mass murder. There's no direct link there. None. There's more. There's more studies done on road rage, where people have a moment of, and then they go chase people with their cars. Okay, there's a difference there, because guess what? The person that I'm playing with is somewhere else. I can't physically get to them. Now, if we were in the same room, who knows? I don't know. Maybe you could make that argument that, okay, if somebody was in the same room and they're giving you shit, but it has nothing to do with the game itself. It's just them being boastful and them being jackasses and them being, bullies or just being assholes where you just want to get up and punch them in the fucking face. There's a difference with that, too. You could be playing Uno and somebody's like, oh, ha, I beat you, ha, and all of a sudden they just push that wrong button and you get up and punch them in the fucking head. It could happen to anything. You don't need violent video games to sit there and say, oh, again, I'm not trying to make excuses, it's a fact. You could be reading a book and all of a sudden, your kid is like, oh, and it's just they set you off and you punch them in the fucking head. Anything can happen. You could be doing anything and something sets you off. It has nothing to do with violent this or violent that. I mean, seriously. Let's be honest, you've got born-again Christians who will not let their kids play video games, but yet have guns and have possibly taken a life. So who is more dangerous? The people who are playing the video games who have taken no lives versus the people who have not played video games but still take lives anyway? Who is more at fault? Who is more deadly? Who's more dangerous? In the collective. But yet, nobody wants to talk about that because, well, Anyways, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Fuck you.